When it comes to writing emails to your restaurant's customers, forget everything Miss Ballard taught you in your eighth grade English class. Okay, maybe not everything, but there are certainly a few things that you should do that Miss Ballard probably wouldn't approve of in an effort to personalize your emails. And we're going to talk about those in today's video. My name is Mark Sieverkrop. I'm a business strategist and restaurant owner, and this is day 14 of a 30-day video training series I created called the Inflation Proof Restaurant. In each episode, I break down how you can create your own automated sales machine within your restaurant by implementing direct response email marketing. Now, if you missed previous days, don't worry. I've also created a complete mind map that outlines the entire process, including all 30 videos, companion guides to go with all the videos, templates, examples, and other resources to make this as easy as humanly possible. If you want the full process and access to all of those resources from all 30 days, you can purchase the mind map for just $7 by going to www.inboxingenuity.com/mind map and completing the order form there. Now, let's talk about personalizing your emails. Okay, so we've talked about it a little bit before, but there is a big difference between direct response email marketing and social media and other marketing that you do in your restaurant. And that big difference between your efforts in direct response email marketing through your automated sales machine and any other marketing you're doing is that direct response email marketing is one-on-one communication. When you send an email, you send it to one person, they open it by themselves, and they read it by themselves. There's no conversation between that person and other customers. It's a conversation between you, the restaurant owners, and that single customer. This makes it very personal and very intimate. There's none of that back and forth like comments on social media or anything like that. It's one of the best ways to build and deepen the relationship with your customer because you're speaking directly to them, as long as you do it right, which is what we're going to talk about today. The first thing is that you want to make sure that you write in a personal manner. You want to write to one person. So, how do you write in a personal manner? What do I mean by writing in a personal manner? Well, let me answer that by sharing first how not to write. One thing that you don't want to do is ever start your email or include in your email phrases like, hey, everyone, dear customers, hey, guys, I want to talk to all of you. I want to send an email out to all of you. I want to let all of our customers know about. You don't want to use those phrases. Nothing tells your customer more that you're not talking to them than addressing an entire group of people. You want to write your email as if you're writing to a single individual person because you are. One trick you can do to help make sure that you do this is to put the phrase at the top of your email as you're creating it, dear avatar name, dear Sally, dear John, dear Larry, whoever it is that you defined as your restaurant's avatar when we talked about it in day 4, you want to make sure that you address that person. You want to speak to that person. You want to talk like you would talk to that person. You want to reference things that you would reference if you were talking to that person. You want to use examples that that person would be aware of or that they would recognize. You want to keep that in mind with each email. You want to focus on that specific person. Talk to one person. The second thing is you want to make sure you talk like a friend. You want to lean much further towards writing like you talk than writing like you're creating a paper in Miss Ballard's eighth grade English class. You're building a relationship. So you want that personality to come through. You want it to sound like you. You want it to sound like your restaurant. You want it to sound like the personality and the culture and the environment of your restaurant. So the way that I would write my email, because we have a drive-in that caters to busy families that are in between sporting events or school activities or that want some ice cream for the kids, the way I would speak to them is very different than you would speak to your customers if you have a bar and grill, or if you have a country club restaurant, or if you have a formal sit down restaurant. The way that you speak is going to be tied to the type of restaurant you have and the culture and the personality that you want to convey with that restaurant. Now, I'm not saying to throw out or ignore everything Miss Ballard taught you in your eighth grade English class, but if it's between getting an A on the school paper type writing and how you actually talk and communicate now, I want you to go with how you actually talk and communicate. Because let's be honest, if our eighth grade English teacher saw most of our texts, our emails, our writing, they would be appalled because we don't write the way we were taught to. But that's okay because we're communicating in the way that we communicate and we're trying to persuade and encourage our customers to come in. And so we want to build that relationship with them. Now, in saying that, I'm not saying that punctuation, spelling, and grammar aren't important. You don't want it to look like a fifth grader wrote it. So make sure that it's written well, but also don't get hung up on all of those things to the detriment of your message and sounding and becoming like a robot, sounding like a robot. I want to give you two examples. So here's two different ways that you can invite someone to come in for today's lunch special, which let's say is a grilled cheese and ham sandwich. So if you were writing it in proper English, you might say something like this: Dear customers, we want to extend our heartfelt invitation for you to join us at DK's Drive-In today. Try our lunch special, grilled cheese and ham. We eagerly await your arrival. There's nothing wrong with that. Miss Ballard would probably like it, but it's not the way I talk. It's not the culture of our restaurant. And so here's how I would write that if I was inviting them in for a grilled cheese sandwich. Hey, name, today's special is grilled cheese and ham. It's so cheesy and so good. And I use like 4 O's with each of those, which obviously is improper spelling. You'll love it, and so will your kids. Come down and get yours today. See the difference? There's a big difference in that. That might not be how you'd write it for your restaurant, but it's clear that it's in my voice and the voice of our restaurant. And I'm taking some liberties with the grammar and the spelling because I want it to sound like I would write it if I was writing to a friend, which is what you want your customers to become. You want them to be your friends. So you want to talk to them as if you were sending a quick text or a quick email inviting them to come down. You may do it a little bit longer than a text, but that's kind of the general idea. You want it to feel like that. So another way that you can personalize your emails is using merge fields. Now, ConvertKit allows you to use many different merge fields inside of ConvertKit, and some of them you have to have collected that information. So if there's specific things like their first name, their birth month, things like that, you'll want to make sure that you've collected that information up front, usually when they've signed up, usually on that order form, or not ordering form, that landing page or that form that they signed up to your email list with. So for instance, at DK's, we collect their first name, their email address, their birth month, and their birth date. So if they were born on October 12th, we collect both of those pieces of information. Now, I don't use the birth date right now, but we may at some point. I do, however, use the birth month. Other things that you can use as far as personalizing things that don't require you to collect anything are things like a specific date, referencing local events, news events, seasons, those types of things. In our welcome email, just in our welcome email at DK's, we use 3 different kinds of personalization, 2 that we collected and 1 that we didn't. They are first name, birth month, and current date. Now, I've pasted a picture of the welcome email in the companion guide, which you can get by going to www.inboxingenuity.com/mindmap. But let me share parts of it with you to show you how we use this. First off, we say, hey, name. So if it was coming to me, hey, Mark, right away, that makes it feel like it was sent exactly to them. And then I say, you're the newest member of our exclusive birthday club. As a member of the birthday club, get ready for special gifts and celebrations coming your way during December. It says December because my birthday's in December. So if it was coming to me, I would have chosen December as I signed up. And this email, now I feel like it's exactly to me because they're not going to send me an email that says October because I wasn't born in October. I was born in December. And then finally, when we're giving them their irresistible gift, the surprise gift that they didn't know about, we tell them that they're going to get a gift right now just for joining the birthday club. And then it says, simply print out this email or show it to us on your phone between today, parentheses, January 23rd, 2023, if that's the email or the time it was sent, As of this recording, it would say June 1st, 2023. And 1 week from today, and we'll hook you up with a free large soft serve cone. So we included the exact date that they're getting that email. And that's what it is. The merge code says put in today's date. And so again, it feels like it's very specific. It doesn't say, we could have just put today, but by putting the actual date, it helps them to recognize this email was sent for me specifically. And of course, it was. There was merge fields and personalization to make sure that their email is different than any other email that's sent out that day, because they have a different name and they have a different birth month. And it's different than any other email sent out on any other day because it has that date in it. This makes them feel like the email was sent specifically to them. And of course it was. It's automated, but it's personalized to them. You don't have to do a single thing after you set it up, but it's personalized to them. You can also personalize emails that you send live by referencing, like I said, local events, national events, the seasons, or other experiences that you have in common with your customers. That's the key. You want them to feel like you have things in common with them. So because you're a local restaurant owner, you are experiencing similar things to them. You can reference the high school graduation date. By the way, make a note of that. I need to do that today because we have graduation coming up for some of our workers, and we need to send an email about that and congratulate them for being graduates. Now, your customers, they don't know this. They wouldn't be able to articulate this, but they want to feel like you're thinking about them. I mean, think about it. How often does somebody just send you a text and say, I was thinking about you, just want to say hi, or hey, I read this article, made me think of you, or I saw this video, it made me laugh and it made me think of you. When you do that, people feel special. And the best emails are the ones that feel like they come from a friend, that feel like you were thinking about them. Your customers, well, when your customers envision you sitting down at your computer somewhere in the back of your restaurant and writing an email specifically to them, they're going to respond more favorably, and you're going to improve and deepen your relationship with them. So you want to write emails like that. You want to write emails that feel like it was specifically to them individually and that they are important to you. That's what builds the relationship. My favorite thing in the world is when we get replies to emails, automated emails that I scheduled weeks, months ago, and somebody responds to it as if it was written just that day. I love that because it means that I'm doing it right. It means that I'm sharing with them. I'm speaking to them in a way that they feel like I sat down and wrote it specifically to them. And if they respond, they'll get a response. That's what you want from your email. So you want that type of engagement. Now, in our next video, we're going to be talking about how to craft irresistible email subject lines. One of the most important things you do with your email is writing a good subject line. And the reason is if they don't feel compelled to open it, it doesn't matter what you say inside it. So we're going to be talking about crafting irresistible email subject lines in the next video. Hey, super quick, I wanted to check in with you. So you've watched this training, maybe you've watched a few of the other ones, and you might be thinking, wow, Mark, this sounds like a lot of work. Or you might be thinking, I really just don't have time to do this. And if that's you, I want to suggest something. What if you just had me and my team do it for you? What if we just set up the entire automated sales machine for you? The tech, the marketing materials, the landing pages, the email copy, all of it. What if we just did it for you? If that's something that appeals to you, then I think you and I should chat. I want you to fill out the form at inboxingenuity.com/apply, and we can book a call to chat and see if it's right for you. Look, there's no obligation. We'll just have a conversation. I'll learn a little bit more about your restaurant, the goals that you have, the things that you want to accomplish, and we'll see if it's a good fit to have us work together and set up your automated sales machine for you. Again, if that sounds like something you might be interested in, go to inboxingenuity.com/apply to book your call now.